o'clock, I'd like to call the hearing to order. This is the permit rules and regulation hearing. And I think probably the biggest thing here today that we're discussing is the permitting of the tile drainage. How we'll run this today is we'll open it up to the board for any questioning. We have had some committee meetings together with the tile. There's been several people involved in this. And then we'll open it up to the public. Any comments? And that'll take under advisement of the board. But I think number one, Larry, we have a letter from Bowser to read.
Yep. Board of Water and Soil Resources, it's a part of the statutory process when you want to review rules and regulations or review they have to review them. And they reviewed them prior to the submittal or to the guidance document that we're looking at right here. But they did comment again on the revised document that's dated 6/23/2015. This is advisory comments on the revised rules of the Red Lake Watershed District. Dear Mr. Jesney, thank you for the opportunity to review the proposed revisions to the Red Lake Watershed District rules for the second time. Based on our review, we have the following advisory comments. Under permitting procedures, fees, and financial assurance, page 3, permit requirement C, suggests clarifying why a permit would still be approved by the board when the decision has been delegated to the staff or administrator, and what the benefits are to delegate a permit decision. Perhaps this could be done in the guidance. Page 8 and 9, permit renewal and assignment. In our last comments, we suggest changing the terms renew and renewal to extend and extension, and the term assign and assignee to transfer and transferee. This suggestion was incorporated into the rule, but seems to have missed in the guidance. Suggesting changing the terms of the guidance as was done in the rules so it's consistent. Surface drainage and flood mitigation, page 13, regulation B2. Suggests any reference to tile drainage belongs with the subsurface tile drainage section. Subsurface drainage and flood mitigation guidance, page 17, regulations. The last bullet under exempt activities reference ordinary agricultural activity. What is ordinary? Suggest better defining what the ordinary agricultural activities are. Subsurface tile drainage, page 20, regulations. This statement refers to any non-incidental subsurface tile drainage system. What is meant by non-incidental? What would be considered an incidental system? Suggest clarifying what is meant by non-incidental. Perhaps this could be done in the guidance. There is currently no guidelines to go along with this section. We recommend guidelines be included for consistency and justification. We appreciate the effort of Red Lake Watershed District in furthering water management and looking forward to reviewing a copy of the final rules upon adoption. If you have any questions, please feel free to contact me at 218-775-2683 or by email at matt.fisher@state.mn.us. Sincerely, Matthew J. Fisher, Board of Conservation.
Okay, thanks, Larry. I think maybe the best way to open this up would be maybe if anybody on the committee maybe could outlay a little bit of, I think the only change in this whole regulations is going to be the page on the tile drainage. And maybe if somebody on the committee wants to extend what was all entailed and the people we met with and how we got to this point, maybe it would be a good thing from the board maybe. Gene, you want to have that?
Well, we need to do any changes.
Basically,
tile.
we're adding the tile drainage.
We're never permitted tile, and the counties want us to do that. And that's all, so. But I mean, the main thing as a committee that we were concerned with, I believe, is the outlets. That was the biggest thing, is to keep them off the right of ways, make sure they're reinforced so they don't cause erosion and stuff, and that's what we tried to concentrate on.
And possibly draining into the benefit area that
Make sure tagging out, make sure that if you're draining an area, you're paying benefit areas, benefits too. So.
And I think we did involve tile drainage people, farmers, Trent's family, his brother Todd, different individuals throughout to come up with a isn't too restrictive. I mean, some of these districts and some of are, I mean, there's a lot of rules, regulations, tiling. This is more of an inventory of it, maybe obtaining that they're in the benefited area. Lee, you were on the committee as well, would you have anything that?
Well, I think we kind of want to keep it rather simple, if you will, not too restrictive.
Right, and I think if you do read that
Something that
page,
makes sense and safeguarding water quality and looking at the quality of water and also the erosion is two big factors.
right, Orville?
And also, when you come in and apply for a permit, Warren goes out and he checks the downstream effects and what's going to happen when you have the extra water. Making sure the ditches are clean and good repair, the culverts are of proper size and everything, so you don't hurt the guy downstream from the other. That's a big thing with the project, with a permit is for protection of everybody involved.
And I think if you read page 20 as far as what the subsurface tile drainage consists of, what our recommendation for it is, very minimal.
I was just an example of the things that some other watersheds, they try to regulate the drainage coefficient, put a limit on how fast it can drain. And we decided not to do that, because we'd have to have our own engineer on staff.
And there again, we want just kind of a common sense type of approach, you know. If there are no other questions from the board or comments as far as to where we got to this point, we maybe open it up to the public. Mike, you have something?
I would just like to touch on some of the Bowser questions, I guess. There's a, under the page 3 permit requirement C, I just want to kind of explain what the real rationale for some of this was. They want to clarify why a permit would still be approved by the board when the decision was made by delegated staff and administrator, and what is the benefit to delegate the permit decision. What we're looking at here is some of the stuff that's very, we call no-brainer, where if a landlord comes and asks for something, that you talk, to a staff member, one of the board members, and it's something you wanted to do, relatively quick versus waiting for a board meeting, that some of this stuff can be addressed without going right, getting approved by the board first.
And I think that's very, very similar to what we do on our culverts. If someone's going to put it in existing size, same length and everything, no need for the board to wait 2 weeks for this person to obtain that. So just basically some common sense things that we apply to our tile drainage as well.
Yeah, they didn't want to really know why didn't you have to go to the board. And the board's policy is that everything should be approved by the board to some degree. So it's bringing it back to the board, even if the staff and that individual board member agreed with it, that it still is on record that it was approved by the board. And then permitting procedures, fees, and financial assurance guidance, page 8 and 9. That was simple. That really was missed. We changed it on the rules portion. We didn't change it in the guidance document, which is that will be changed to be consistent. So that's very simple. And then regulation B2 suggests any reference to tile drainage should be in the subsurface tile drainage section. I think that's something that we should review to see, because I'm not clear what, on surface it looks like, it shouldn't be in this document, it shouldn't be in the surface portion of it, or the flood mitigation portion of that document. So I think that's one that we would have to probably look at to make sure. And then ordinary, I guess, we have a guidance document of all of the surface drainage, and they reflect that we don't have a guidance on the subsurface. But we can look at, make an attempt as a board. You guys can make an attempt to kind of define what is ordinary. It's kind of subjective. So.
And there was many meetings where things were revised as we went. This process has been going on how long?
Must be a
Year going March.
Yeah. There's been a lot of time, a lot of things put into this. And a lot of these are opinions that we've taken under consideration, whether it be them or anything else.
And then maybe
No, right?
Yeah, when they're talking about that comment there, page 13, regulation B2, with tile drainage, the only thing it's referencing is in regard to permits, and we're just stating that there's no permit that's required if you're replacing, tile, the same size or whatever. So whether it's kind of in as part of the permitting as opposed to over the tile section.
So in your opinion, it's fine there?
Yeah, I don't see that it really matters. You could argue it's just as consistent as another place. And then under the ordinary agricultural activity, I think that's just common sense. If you look forward, I don't know how you're going to define that and where you're going to start and stop.
And there's no question they're gonna send something back,
Exactly.
And on the back page, on regulation for non-incidental, we were talking there about, let's say you just have like a ditch and bank that you just wanted to put some tile in to drain or something to that effect, but it's not part of the tiling, system. We would consider that non-incidental. But if it's an entire tiling system that's more or less taking up the majority of the field for specific tiling purposes, then that would be incidental.
Could a non-incidental also be deemed an area that had a swale, that it was a nuisance swale in their field, they just want to do one line to that and just drain that area, would that be incidental?
Okay, is there anything else from the board you'd like to mention prior to opening it up to the audience? Brent, I see you have it.
Well, on the non-incidental, I believe that fell under every basement is basically tiled to a sump pump and a lift station, either inside or outside. So you're not gonna go around and regulate every piece of tile that goes in on a construction project. And then, I don't remember what meeting it was at, but possibly the advisory board or something, Gary had pictures where you had a new way of draining with a surface inlet. You went through the bank with a piece of tile, 100 and some feet, you put a piece of steel on the outside, so if there was a fire, it wouldn't burn. And that was I don't know if it was NRCS or who had come up with that.
And you're right, that's what I was talking to Bowser about this when they called me on it. That's what one example I used, that it was surface drainage, just went into a drop structure and into a ditch. So that's the same example I use. In fact, it's part of a erosion control measure. It's still tiling, but it's an erosion control measure that's accepted practice by SWCD and RCS, Bowser.
And most of the stuff on the tile permit now is the applicant could come in and fill the form out and sign it and hand it back in again. The work that needs to be done by the watershed is after that, so at least he doesn't have to go and dig a snow out of a culvert or whatever. And I do disagree with Orville. It's not increasing the water, it's changing the timing of it. It should be beneficial to the downstream. So
This is true, we've had some out in our county here just a while ago when they rained. The tile pumps were running constantly, and all over the room would just be circulating around the field.
yeah, well, that's not adding water though.
That's not very good.
I think we touched on the maintenance of the ditches was a concern of mine.
Yep.
Maybe more so than the problem of it, maybe more of the downstream maintenance was my concern more than anything.
Some of that will have to change from mowing to spraying.
Yeah, and the incident that I've had right now with the individual that I'm doing that, been able to shut it off, been able to roll it and maintain it, and there was some humps in the ditches, and, it's gonna work out okay.
That drought didn't show up this year?
No. We're close. Anybody else have a comment from the audience?
I have a question. It's kind of a two-part one here. We've never tiled, so I'm not, this isn't affecting me as much as some of the other guys, but say I wanted to tile, what would that entail? I'd come to you? Is it just like when we want to put in a new culvert under Coney Road? Is it going to involve more?
No, that would be all that would require would be is your plan and your outlet and fill out the permit process is very small. I mean, I don't know if we have a form here, Tammy, but I mean, it's.
Yeah, I've done them with you
Okay.
guys before, so
Yeah.
I want, the thing that concerns me is you have to get permitted to tile, and I understand, I'm talking about now surface drainage on my own land. Is this gonna lead to where you're gonna require a permit to ditch where it doesn't affect like a county road or a pipe going underneath? I understand.
Not as long as we're here, that's something we've addressed, and we do not want to get into any private ditching, we're farmers, some of us as well, and understand we don't want to get into these type of permission asking for surface drainage. The outlet's already there, I mean, it's there to be used,
Yeah, I understand when you have to go to county road and stuff, that I can deal with it. If I wanted to, say, put a ditch better on grade, I really don't want to have to come in and ask for permits every time I want to
And
do it.
there's nothing in our regulation with that.
And there are some watersheds that require it.
Yeah, that's what I read, that's why I asked.
Yeah, we're trying to keep this as simple as we can, but still maybe more of an inventory or keeping it within the benefited areas. And I think you'll see more drainage, tidal drainage and the benefits of it as we move forward too. The ground is able to absorb a certain amount of that and be able to release it at the right time, so. Good question, thank you. Any other questions? Corey, did you have one?
Me?
Yeah, okay.
Can I ask one more?
Oh, yeah, you can ask as many as you like.
Well, then when I got the guidance document from your gal, the only other question I have is, you have in here a few times under private drainage, consideration of establishment of a grass filter strip. Does consideration mean that you're going to require this, or is this just something you talk about to try to encourage it, or?
Was that on the outlet there, you're saying?
What page are you on?
Well, there's one I happen to find here quick was page 14. It's under surface drainage, and it's under E on 7. Roman numeral 7.
Consideration was used.
Consideration for establishment of a grass filter strip 16 feet wide in width where possible maintaining 7 new private drainage ways. And it's mentioned more than once, this is what I found.
And I can answer that.
Go ahead, yeah.
What
It's just consideration because it's a private drainage way, it's not a legal drainage system. If it were legal, then it would be required by statute. But we're just putting this in as an erosion control and letting people know, hey, if you want to establish this, it's not a bad practice, but it would be up to the farmer. Correct.
I would like to just, it's not required in the district, with the new buffer strip legislation, who knows?
That's kind of why I mentioned that too.
Dean?
Okay, being you brought up the buffer strip, that's what I'm interested in. I'm going by the news. We're trying to cut phosphate going to New Orleans. And is there any research being done that our water goes to the Hudson Bay and that phosphate in a high alkali soil ties up and doesn't wash out like in southern Minnesota? And we can't have the same regulations up here as down there? Are we providing leadership on that at all? It's a buffer strip.
The buffer strip, just from the buffer strip discussion here is that it's a consideration.
Yeah, but then later on it goes a little longer. But being we're bringing it up, and it's easier to take preventative action than to change it. The buffer strip, I understand, is good where it's needed. And it's not needed a lot of areas. And I don't like let's face it, there's some regulations coming. It started with when the farmer took a grant to provide it. And I'm not, I'm 83 years old. Do you think I didn't learn something? Well, with that, I don't want to get in an argument. What I'm interested in, can I just request what I would like the watershed to do research on? The biggest thing I'd like to have them do research on is natural drain, legal ditch, and land development. And which one will give you more yield and tiling. In tiling, do we ever consider capillary action? You know what capillary action is? In the wet years, you get a lot of moisture. People forget it I can remember when the dust blew. And when it gets dry and it's clay, the water comes back up and brings minerals. If you're in sandy soil, it doesn't come back up so good unless you get a lot of organic matter in it. Now you see where I'm coming from. I can talk all day and I'm not going to do it. So what I think the water should do is get on these subjects. And we have farms south of Red Lake, it doesn't have to be mine. I've requested that some of your leaders come so we can talk. That's why I'm here today. Nobody wants to talk. I want to show them. And I'm going to just make one statement. Right the way we had a 6-inch rain, and your erosion is in the pipe that's too small, and that's in the hydraulics and that. I got kind of shorten it up. In the natural drains, we don't have the pollution because we got the width of the bottom and the width of the bank. Every one of your legal ditches, you don't need to worry about the buffer. Look in the bottom of the ditch. You started, you know that new one a mile from the Rangeland Road? You put a car in there and you're going to get a crane to get it out. If I dug that kind of a ditch next to a county road, and look at the erosion, and I will get someplace if I have to go to the guys I hate, the EPA. I will explain to them when you go over the hill and the drop pipe rots out and nobody does anything, you get another natural drain. That's why I want you to come. If you come, I don't have to do it publicly.
And I think you've got some issues there that are probably not in regards to what we're dealing with here today, Dean. But I mean, if some of them requests would like to
You mean to tell me these are active issues, and you don't believe that on land use, what I'm talking about, that you're going to be backwards and not move on what's coming? You know, this is a national thing. It's on Associated Press. They call them little ponds. If you want to drain and you got a little dit, I call them, and it's this deep, you got to drain that dit because tiling is too slow.
I think what I'm saying is no matter what I would say to you, that I would probably not have the right answer. So
No, that's why I wanted to get the research.
well, I mean,
That's all you got to say. Down the road, we'll have one on natural drain, and we'll have one on legal ditch, and we got the one on tiling. I'm not against tiling.
okay, and I think that
I think each farmer has to make that determination as manager. Do you guys understand that?
Trent,
And if you don't, ask me questions. And then if you get into the natural drain, I'm going to tell you a story. When I first started farming, I had Ray Maxon for a business, and I had George Daly, and the government said our land was wetland today. But the government said if I got all the farmers together and we put in a natural drain, went a foot below the hole, if you go a foot below the hole, you dry out the top foot which you need to get into the field. They gave us 80% cost share. The thing is 180 degrees different now. And
there's one thing's for sure, that nothing ever stays the same, you know?
well, when it comes to development of land, that stays the same. You go with the way the land has been given to us. The state law says that you can't block a natural drain. The reason why we're not emphasizing natural drains is because the state has built a whole bunch of roads, railroad tracks, township roads, and nobody's going through my land. And I've overcome that. If you want to know, the land belongs to the community, and it belongs to all of us, and it belongs to the Lord, and we're supposed to be good stewards of it. If you guys think I'm wrong, I will give you guys $1,000 to come out and so I can show it to you. Now you put your money in. You think I don't know anything?
Well, I think you have the right to make your comment. I mean, you're getting that right now.
That's right.
Yeah.
And you know how many years I waited? Now I'm still interrupting you. I don't see a program that's anywhere near mine. When are you going to start so guys like me can talk?
Well, I think that you can get on the agenda anytime you want. I don't think this is your first time here. And
First time I don't come too often because you don't have ears. You don't have eyes. You don't even want to look to see if I'm right.
Well, I think we're here to get everybody's point of view, and if you've made yours, we're going to move on. Trent?
Well, I expect that.
One comment I have, after we've had our land tile, the one thing we're noticing that we were not expecting is a massive increase in organic matter. And that not only helps the crops, but it increases the water holding capacity immensely.
You're talking my language, we do minimal till.
And that's the thing that's really helping as far as,
But there's
once
more.
we get a big enough percentage of a sub-watershed tile that we have, virtually no flooding anymore, unless it's a catastrophic.
But you've done surface drainage, you got surface outlets. I'm saying if you stay in the
Yeah,
master
but the tile
drain,
is what finishes it up.
you can get, we do the same. Organic matter is something I've always worked for. And then you won't dry out as quick, I agree with you. But there's more than one way to the top of the mountain. And in our situation, it's working.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna tell you the yield because they're gonna tell me I brag some.
Okay, anybody else have any other comment?
Now wait, are we gonna pursue this, or are we just gonna have Dean Vadauer holler and then he's gonna come back to another meeting? See, I should be dead. And I'm kinda like a prophet, and I understand it. It's not gonna die as long as I'm alive.
Well, I don't think that.
And if you wanna work with me, we'll work. I have ways. When you're not doing everything right as a watershed, are you?
That I don't know.
Okay, Orville, you tell me the difference between a natural drain and a legal ditch and title. You explain the production. You seem to know everything. You know, I cleaned a ditch for Ulrichs, and I haven't forgot that comment at ditch
You
one.
know, I think we're getting a grandstand going on here, Dean, and I know that,
Yeah, I hear you. You're a grandstand. You want to ram this thing through with nobody else thinking.
I think that everybody else would have an opinion on that as well. You're not.
Hey, I don't care. You know what Trump says?
I realize that.
To be politically right is not going to correct our nation. And to be politically right is not going to change the direction of the watershed. I quit, because you have no ears. Thank you.
Okay. Any other comments from the public?
And I dare you to put that in the paper.
I think somebody should the paper, if you'd like to do that, he's welcome to it. This is public information.
Oh, you guys got the news? They say that that stupid Dean Vadauer came and he's stupid. He wants to go down a natural drain. Which is the only legal way to drain. Do it.
Okay, your
Don't
comment?
think I'm not getting the following. I've been working on a lot of people.
Okay.
And you guys are not. I tell you what you do. If you don't want me to talk, I pay $150 to you guys on that house. And I don't do nothing. You take and give me my $150, and you give me all the money we pay you guys, and I'll go home. Just give me my money back, because I don't think I'm getting a darn thing out of you, other than harassment. All my life I've been harassed. And don't you come at me. When you
Are you done now?
probably never get done.
Well,
Because you know why?
you're gonna be done at this, that you've been heard now, you're.
That's what I want you to do. Go ahead, you ornery person.
Okay.
And I'm not talking about being powerful. You are. I'm talking about what's good for yields, what's good for the community, what's good for the neighbor.
Dean, I'm not saying you don't have some good points, I'm saying is.
No, you don't. If I had good points, you would want to listen to me.
Well, I don't think that this.
And how am I going to get you to listen? I've offered to do it off the cuff. Do you think I don't know anything? How do you think I made that farm go?
I'm not here to hear your argument or to argue with you. We're here to hear from the general public to discuss our rules and regulations. You've been heard, and I think we've heard enough. I don't know if I'm the only one that feels that way, but I think.
Well, they can vote if they think I'm so bad. Why don't they?
Dean, we're moving on. This is the last comment.
Huh?
Anybody else have any comment for the board as far as the rules and regulations? Any other comment from the board?
I just would like to say, I think we've got to go backwards. To try to make it as friendly for the farmer and for everybody else, we're not trying to tell anybody not to tile, anybody to tile. just trying to make it livable and reasonable. And so it's good for everything and everybody involved. I think it does. There's a few things that aren't exactly right, like Myron said. It's just a little wordsmithing. Other than that, it's a good document. There's no doubt.
Any final comments from the board?
I guess I would say one thing too, I mean, most of us on the board are active farmers. And if we aren't active now, we grew up on a farm and probably farm most of our life. And we're on the side of the farmers and trying to do something that makes sense here. And, you know, if there's something Dean has, an angle, I'm sure that we would try to research it some too, you know.
Les, you have a comment?
Yeah, I think the watershed district tries very hard to do is to gather data on what the effects of tile drainage are and surface drainage and the benefits or whatever of buffer strips and all that. We gather data that people can use to make good judgments, and we'll continue to do that. So I think that's important. We're trying to do the best we can for the future of everybody.
So I think you should do better than best.
What would be better than what we're doing?
Well, I don't know how you can build a ditch and you put a dike on it. How do you do that? Every time you guys build a ditch, you put a dike on there. How is the farmer supposed to drain the water if you got a dike along the ditch?
Do you have a specific?
Yeah, from Red Lake Falls, you know the old airport there? Lake Dean, Lake 10. What kind of a ditch is that?
You have no access to a side inlet pipe?
Huh?
You have no access to the side inlet pipe to drain into that ditch?
What?
State your name.
David Radar.
Okay.
Well, I couldn't believe it when you guys put that ditch in, you put a dike all around there.
And no side inlet pipes?
Yeah, but what, you should have to have, if you got a side inlet pipe, what do? You put a flopper on it.
I think that was.
Well, that holds the water in your field.
I think that was for protection, so it didn't back into you maybe in that case.
Yeah.
And we're not gonna get into that ditch there today now.
Yes, you are.
No,
I
we're not.
own that,
I tell you
you're
what.
not gonna set me down on this ditch.
I,
This ditch, I surveyed, I don't think the
this
cost.
hearing is closed.